Hey family, welcome to another Vlogmas. Today I thought I would talk about, I always get this question like, why VestaPak? And I think what I've realized is that the primary reason why I chose to do VestaPak was because it was a pain point of mine. I had started doing ultra marathons. I moved to Arizona for the sole purpose of doing more ultra marathons, and but then the pandemic happened. I moved January 2020. So then by March, we were full swing into the pandemic. And while all the races had been canceled, ultra races had been canceled, you still were able to get out on the trails. And I just remember, because there was a little more time and I had a lot more accessibility to different types of trails, I started to spend more time on the trails. But what became increasingly more evident is that I need a hydration solution, and that what I had wasn't really working for me, and I was struggling and I was frustrated. And so it really forced me, basically just because I was living in Arizona and because I was out doing more trail running, trying to be in preparation for races maybe in 2021, 2022, that I end up doing the vest, trying to figure out a way to design something that really would be super comfortable. I think for me, I just wanted comfort. I wanted to feel like I put it on, you didn't even know you had it on. I wanted it to look good. I just feel like a lot of times as bigger folks, right, when people go to make things for us, it tends to look kind of old, or doesn't seem like it has as high as quality as kind of the products that are made for the more elite athletes per se. And so I remember thinking to myself, I wanted to be sleek, I wanted to be stylish, I wanted you to look at it and be like, oh my God, this is amazing. And so, why really, honestly, guys, I never even set out to start no business, quite honestly. When I went to go make the VestaPak, which wasn't even called VestaPak back then, it was just called a hydration vest. When I first started, I was just trying to remedy my own pain point. I see I'm growing a little beard here. Anyways, and I really had I said, because I would be out on the trails and I was starting to run with other people, they were like, oh, I love what you're doing. Won't you make me one? And I would make them here and there for different people, if I had time, whatever. I mean, it was no big deal. But I had, you gotta ask, when I first started kind of, man, there was no intention on running no business. I think I also didn't see myself in the outdoor industry, so I didn't know that I was going to be able to do this thing. I think also too, as a bigger-bodied, black, queer, nerdy, awkward, geeky, outdoor loving woman, I just didn't, it wasn't like I feel like it's one of those things that you don't say to yourself as a kid, oh my God, I'm gonna grow up and be the CEO of an outdoor brand. Maybe white kids do that, but definitely not no black kids. And so it wasn't something that I aspired to. I feel like I really stumbled into it. I stumbled into it because I had a need. I stumbled into it because the running bug bit me to the point where I went from 5K to 10K to half marathon to marathon to ultra marathon. So many things happened that was kind of fluky, kind of not even planned or even envisioned, quite honestly. And so, I started creating VestaPak because it was my pain point. I had already done a couple other iterations, but they were horrible. And then all of a sudden the pandemic afforded me the opportunity to spend more time in the outdoors, but also increased my need for finding a solution for a hydration pack. And so that's why, really, in terms of starting a business and doing something that was the furthest thing from my mind. And I always say that ultra running chose me, and at the same time I chose it back. I feel like conscious gear is the same thing. It's, the whole thing kind of chose me, and then I said, okay, I'm going to choose you back. So I wish I had a really significant and really impressive or magnificent why, but the why is like kind of just plain old ordinary fat black girl who's doing ultra running needed a vest. And then what turned into an at-home hack grew into a hack that I would offer to the public. So yep, that's why. I know it's not fancy. All right, fam, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Have a most beautiful day and take good care of yourselves. Peace and a whole bunch of love. Yeah.